Yo, you got any more Trapper Keepers, my dude?
Aisle 12. Wait, give this a try.
Whoa, the future is radical.
Totally.
Rocketbook, reusable notebooks from the future.
Yo, you got any more Trapper Keepers, my dude?
Aisle 12. Wait, give this a try.
Whoa, the future is radical.
Totally.
Rocketbook, reusable notebooks from the future.
All right, thanks everyone for joining for part 3, the final part of our Rewriting Notebook History series. For today's behind the scenes Q&A, we're joined by Michael, who played the 80s dude, and we have Emily, who you've seen in all the videos as Debbie. So why don't we just go around, introduce ourselves, and say what you do at Rocketbook. So Michael, why don't you start?
All right. Yeah, I'm Michael. I'm the head of brand and customer experience at Rocketbook, and our team does a lot of really cool things relating to both employee and customer experience, including sourcing and building notebook aisles in the middle of our office every once in a while.
I'm Emily. I am a brand community manager here at Rocketbook. I'm on Michael's team. I think he summed it up really well. We're kind of like a jack of all trades team. You need, employee experience improved. We've got it. You needed a notebook aisle built. We've got that too.
Yeah. So in the last 2 weeks, we've talked about the process of building that notebook aisle. But Michael, you were really kind of the spearheader of that project. You want to just talk about maybe some of the headaches that went into that and the satisfaction of pulling it off?
Yeah, definitely. So probably have already referenced it. The original idea was just to kind of recreate one of Rocketbook's original campaign videos, which was filmed in an actual notebook aisle that we could no longer use. So Joe and Jake said, well, let's just build a notebook aisle in our office. Granny, go figure that out. So yeah, it actually wasn't as difficult sourcing as I thought. I kind of lucked out in the sense of finding a business that was ridding an old, they were a bodega and they were ridding themselves of all the shelving. So they were fortunately willing to deliver it to us, our office in Boston. So the actual sourcing of it was pretty simple. The assembling of it, not as bad as maybe it looked. It did take a while to kind of get it all set up. And then actual stocking the shelves with gross paper notebooks, while it was painful, was relatively easy thanks to the whole team kind of chipping in and pulling some past retail experience into the office and setting up notebook shelves and making it look like a generic paper notebook store. I mean, it was really fun though.
Yeah, maybe some PTSD for folks stocking shelves and making everything nice and neat.
Yeah.
Emily, that was your, you were in 3 videos, of the third one of you in the notebook aisle. Do you have any like favorite moments of the 3?
Yeah. So when we first started doing them, I think we started with Peter's. So he didn't have like a light up that was coming from his notebook when he was holding it and seeing the future. And we added that element in with the other 2. And it was just so funny. And I was really relieved that they couldn't see my face because they kind of have an over the shoulder shot of me looking at Michael or Peter or Tasker. And I had to shut my eyes at some points because it was just so funny the way that they were like reacting to these notebooks and the light shining. It was just a whole experience.
Yeah. Well, Joe, talking about the actual video and like you said, that moment where like you kind of go through the whole timeline of humanity. I think the end of this video might be my favorite, where you guys recreate the infamous fist bump from Breakfast Club. What was that like? Was there some coordination that went into that So you both like kind of hit it at the same time.
It was
I think
like-
I did like a 3 count maybe, just to make sure we hit it. Like we're like kind of talking on the side of our mouths as we're walking away.
Mm.
I was gonna say the same. It was I feel like I remember like a 1, 2, 3, go. And it was kind of the count. It did take a little coordination, but I think it turned out really good.
Emily, have you seen, and Michael, have you guys both seen that movie? So you knew okay, that's good. That's good. That must have been helpful. Okay, there's another question. In the beginning of this video, Michael enters and he says, you got any trapper keepers, my dude? And maybe this is me being ignorant, but what is a trapper keeper?
Definitely, I'm guessing they weren't around when you were in elementary school, but they were when I was. It was basically what you bought before your first year, before the first day of school. It's essentially a 3-ring binder that velcros shut. You put folders in and loose leaf paper, but they always had like a really 80s kind of design on them. I think we actually have one in the video that I hold up that I was able to find for the video shoot. But you didn't go to school unless you had a trapper keeper. When I grew up, that was how you organized your notes. Nowadays, you probably get a Rocketbook multi-subject notebook, but back then you had to get a trapper.
Yeah, nice. And I guess our filler paper also would work with a trapper keeper.
Yeah, actually, if you do have a trapper keeper, filler paper will work nicely with that. Exactly.
Yeah, if you still have yours, stock it with some futuristic paper, and it'll kind of balance it out. You both have been in Rocketbook videos before. Emily, you're a star of our TikTok. How did this video like differ from the previous acting work you've done for Rocketbook?
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely like more scripted. I feel like with TikTok, we kind of like go with an idea and then we just kind of like spitball different things that we could do with it, and we do different takes. This was like, we had a whole production team and lights and, a whole team there. So it was a little bit more daunting to kind of get the takes right the first time, where I feel like I'm a little more relaxed on the TikTok side because I feel like I can do as many takes as I really need. But I do also think, like I said this before, but we did have like a lot of autonomy to kind of like change the words and try new things and say like, hey, this might work. And the production team was super receptive to that, which was cool. And we really made it our own, which is also a common thread with TikToks because it's all like in-house and homegrown. So definitely a different experience, but super rewarding for both of those.
I think the production company definitely made it feel. I was actually nervous shooting it, and usually, aside from the Axis/Pro video, we never really work with the production team. It's always pretty DIY, and usually my part's just kind of standing in the background, sipping a cup of coffee, looking at Joe and Jake. So having lines was actually like nerve-wracking. But yeah, we worked with, like Emily mentioned, worked with an amazing production team, Animus, who are based in locally, and they were great to work with. But having to remember lines and like the lights and like the quiet on the set, like I was getting like butterflies before my trapper. But it was so much fun.
We shot a few videos that day and that week. Are there any other videos besides the notebook aisle ones that you guys are excited for people to see come out in the next few weeks or so?
I feel like we might have the same answer.
You go first.
My favorite was the laptop smash. I wasn't in that one. I'm kind of in it. I'm off to the side, but I was not a main character. I was in it for like 2 seconds. Watching Peter type on that laptop was so like, it's good because it was in character, but it was like hard to watch. Like if that person were in my meeting, I would lose my mind. So as somebody, like, as he said, he's not like a trained actor or anything. He knocked that so out of the park. And it was like palpable, the annoyed feelings of everybody and his just like tapping. It was nuts, but I think people are going to get a big kick out of that one.
You say you're not in that video, or you're on like the side, but you're still in the like shrapnel zone for when the notebook gets smashed. And we won't explain too much, but just leaving that with people to know you were in a little bit of danger.
I should have worn some goggles that day, but what are you going to do?
Emily, you also like improv, just like conducting a meeting on a whiteboard for like 6 hours straight after all the shots, after all the takes we had to do. Like you just kind of kept like talking like you were conducting a meeting. And the actual production team was like, Emily, how are you doing this? Like, you're just going off the top of your head, like conducting a meeting to like these people who are sitting here, but like without any, hey, Emily, you should say this. Like, you're just going off the top of your head. It was very impressive. So you definitely were a huge part of that.
Thank you. I forgot about that.
I'm really excited for the other Smash video, which Dylan stars in, where I don't want to give too much away, but I did get up on a ladder and hold our co-founder Joe in my arms for a few minutes and toss him, which I don't want to give too much away. People will see it in the future, but
Yeah.
I will say that the highlight of that video is Dylan's reaction shot at the end, which everyone's gonna love. It was really, really great.
There's on the first week we did this, when we were talking about the caveman video, Emily mentioned that when they were getting the notebook aisle set up, there was a box with like a severed hand in it, essentially, and it's related to that video. So we'll just leave it at that. I don't think we'll give much more, but that's a good like teaser.
Yeah.
Great. All right. As the last question, as we wrap up, we've been doing this contest over the last few weeks where people can guess who the next character will be. So this is the video in the series, but if there was another character that you'd like to see in the notebook aisle, besides the caveman, colonial man, and the 80s dude, is there another character you would have liked to see enter the notebook aisle and be exposed to Rocketbook?
I think someone between, I guess Colonial Man was kind of, I was gonna say someone who like was around, I remember we did a legal pad video where we went back to 1901. I was sort of someone around that era, but I guess Colonial, well, that's the 1770s, obviously. But I think, early 20th century, maybe like, the automobile was just invented. Like, what's next? Maybe somebody of that era would be good to see how they react in the notebook aisle.
Nice. I like it.
I think I would like to see a mummy coming out of their sarcophagus and like coming back and talking with us about notebooks.
That's
have
good.
a little papyrus play on words there. There's a lot of opportunity there, I think.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for joining, guys. I want to just announce the winner for this week's contest. If you guessed correctly, we picked a random winner. So winner's on screen right now. You can email us at hello@getrocketbook.com. Congratulations. Thanks for anyone who tuned in to this Q&A. For the final video of Rewriting Notebook History. If you want to check out the previous ones, they're on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@getrocketbook. So check it out. Follow us on social media to keep up with more videos coming out as we tease the laptop smash and another smashing video with the severed arm. So thanks for joining Michael and Emily. Thanks for anyone at home joining, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Dylan.